Hello, and welcome to UDK3 scripting for newbies. I think on my last video I said for dummies, and if I insulted anyone, I certainly do apologize, although there's a good series of books named that way. All right, if you recall from our last video, we were declaring three different variables, made three different variable declarations, and they were complex data types. That is, vector was not just one value. Vector actually contained three values, and we called it MySpace. And if you recall, here it is up here. This is in UDK3, X, Y, and Z. It had three values. And the same way with color. Color had four values: blue, green, red, and alpha. If you notice that the vector values are floating point numbers, and the color values are all integers. And then rotator, my rotate had three channels: pitch, yaw, and roll. And there they are, pitch, yaw, and roll, measured in degrees. What's important about this is that we didn't have to tell UDK3 anything about the X, Y, and Z as being variables. It already knew that from the vector data type. The same thing with blue, green, red, and alpha, or with roll, pitch, and yaw. It already knew what those were. So the key is, how do I make it so that I can have default properties for these values? Well, let's have a look at how we do that. Let's go ahead and close this out for now. No, I don't want to save this. And let's go back to my code. And I've got my code right here. And just to save you from having to suffer through my typing, let me go ahead and put the default right here, Control V, default properties. Now, we have to have this opening brace, and it has to be on a separate line. If you put the opening brace on the same line as this, it may not take. That's not true of other programming languages, but that is, it seems to be true of the UDK3 environment. If I come here now and I get my other variables, I'm doing a Control C off the P notes, and I'm doing a Control V. I have my space, which is a vector, and then what I do, put equal, then I put parentheses, x equals 15, comma, y equals 240, comma, z equals 75, and then I end it here. The other thing too is that you shouldn't put spaces in UDK3. You shouldn't put spaces between these guys, as I just did there. My color, it's R, G, B, and alpha. I don't think the order makes any difference. I haven't tested that. For the my rotate, it's pitch, and then it's yaw, and then it's roll. And if you want to know the difference, what the difference is that pitch, if you put your hand out and you wave your hand up and down, that's pitch. If you wave your hand left and right, that's yaw. If you twist your hand clockwise or counterclockwise, that's roll. The other thing I want you to notice is that these values that I put in here for roll, I'm going to put 120. And let's see what happens when I do this. I'm now going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Save, and I'm going to call up the UDK system, and it says, would you like to rebuild? And I say yes, and here comes the magic thingy, and we hope it worked. Yes, hooray, hooray, there was no errors. And I'm going to go back in and call up the UDK development kit again, and this time it's doing its thing. There we are. Okay, let me just go ahead and minimize this for a while. Let's get rid of this thing here. And there we are in our actor class, and I come here to uncategorize, I come here to note, I come here to my note, I do a right click and I put add my note here. There's my note, and I do an F4, click on that, and there they are. And notice my color came out to be green. Notice for my degrees that my pitch, yaw, and roll are 66, 25 degrees, and 8 degrees. It didn't come out exactly like I expected. And you'll have to test it out and see why that is. But I did get green here, my color, G equals 255. So as an exercise for the student, see what happened here with the roll. Why is it roll was at, I put 120 and it came out to be 66 degrees here. So we'll have to see what happened with that. Well, anyway, this is something that's an exercise for the student, as they say, but that's how you would set up the default properties for these complex data types. Okay, that's it for this video. This is video 10 in the series. Thank you for watching.